So thank you very much for sitting with us today, Jun. Perhaps we could start by having an overview of client demand for technology trends in Asia. How demanding are clients when it comes to wealth management in terms of technology today?
So Asian clients are very demanding for digital and for mobile. If you look at Asian clients, and more generally Asian population, searches on mobile in 2014 have exceeded searches on desktop. And so that's, if you walk around Hong Kong, Beijing, Singapore, everybody's got their smartphone. They've got typically several smartphones, and the interaction is very high on mobile.
So maybe I can ask about how that translates into the wealth management sector.
If you think about the wealth management value chain, so typically 4 steps. Firstly, understanding clients' financial situations. Secondly, solutioning, so research, customization of financial solutions. Third step, the validation, either with peers or with an expert RM or a CIO or an investment advisor. And then the fourth step being execution, so brokerage trading. Wealth managers have spent most of the effort and focus on the first step, so understanding client situations. So you can get your statements online, you can understand what transactions you made online, and then the fourth step around execution. So there's a lot of electronic brokerage in that, where a lot less of the focus has been on steps 2 and 3. So solutioning, so simulation of client portfolios, coming up with the best customized solution, and then the third step around engagement with the RM, engagement with others in the peer network. And then I would also add, there's been a lot less focus around tablet and mobile technologies and being able to access wealth management services through tablet and mobile.
So perhaps I can now ask about how wealth managers are responding in Asia to the technology challenge. What are they actually doing on the ground in Asia? Could you give some examples?
So I think there are obviously a number of different players in the market. You have your international players and you have maybe some of your local players. Maybe if I focus on some of the Asian players and just a couple of examples. Firstly, I think earlier this year DBS announced a joint partnership with IBM Watson to work with Watson to use big data to mine client information, investment trends, and come up with solutions for wealth management clients, and hopefully that would improve the quality of the wealth management advice that's being given to clients. Maybe another example is Alibaba. So I think in the past 12 months, Alibaba used its Alipay network in China and raised about $100 billion of assets into its money market fund platform, and obviously that's had quite an impact on the Chinese banking and fund management industry.
So with the Alibaba example, which must have been a little bit of an earthquake in the wealth management industry, is that being seen as an opportunity or a threat?
It somewhat depends on from what perspective you view it from. Obviously for many of the local banks in China, obviously liquidity has come out of the bank's savings accounts and current accounts, and gone into these money market funds, and then come back into the bank through the interbank market. And obviously the cost of funds there's been an impact on the cost of funds. If you look at maybe more positively, I think there's obviously an opportunity for wealth managers to respond and offer digital solutions to clients, and there's certainly a big opportunity out there in terms of being able to use digital technology to increase reach and engagement and tap the ecosystem for customers.
So where do you think wealth managers in Asia, whether they're international or local, should be focusing now in terms of technology?
I think there are three big opportunities. Firstly, there's an opportunity to digitize the process. And so a lot of wealth management processes tend to be can be quite clunky. There's a lot of manual steps in there, and obviously with digital technologies, we can go to straight through processing, we can improve turnaround times, we can reduce error rates. There's a lot that can be done in that relatively basic, but quite complex set of processes. So digitizing the process is probably the first step. Second step, I think there's an opportunity to increase reach of customers and engagement levels. So imagine if you had a digital platform, you could increase the number of interactions and the quality of the interactions between the relationship manager, the bank, the investment advisors, maybe some of the CIOs in a wealth manager, and the clients, which has to be good for both the client as well as the bank. And digital also offers you the opportunity to tap other client bases through the network, and thinking through the ecosystem of wealth. And then I think the third big opportunity is in the big data analytics side. So similar to the example I gave on the, DBS and IBM Watson, how you can leverage the vast quantities of data available for both the client as well as in the financial markets, to come up with very, very high quality and tangible financial solutions on behalf of clients.
So maybe we can finish off with just your view of the trends. What would you say would be the two big trends you would see relevant to Asia and technology and wealth management in the next 3 to 5 years?
So I think firstly we're likely to see a lot more investment going into the digital and especially mobile platforms, so that wealth managers, private banks, they can connect with clients directly, and help relationship managers and folks in the investment side actually understand clients and bring solutions to clients in a much more robust and consistent way. So I think that's the first big trend. I think the second big trend is that we're likely to see new entrants come into the space, and we're already seeing many of the internet players, for example in China, entering wealth management, entering the banking space, and innovation is very much in their DNA, and they're very much thinking through what are some of the new services, new applications, very much reimagining what clients actually want at the center of wealth management. And they're able to get to market much faster than maybe some of the traditional players. So we're likely to see quite a number of new entrants enter this space using technology and innovation as their competitive edge.